What's up, guys? Day two. Probably look a little different. Clean the head up a little bit, shaved. Um, it's about motivation again. I'm only, I don't know, what, 24 hours into it. Got up this morning. Actually, let's go back to the past. Yesterday, after I made my first video, motivation moves people forward. Positive outlook moves people forward. Again, I complain about my problems and things like that just because, well, this gives you a baseline. But that baseline is only markers. They're markers for where you're at and where you need to go. So I continued trying to move my business or have it presentable. I did a lot of infrastructure things. Um, did some stuff to make it look well, converted over my Facebook, start a Patreon, things like that, and connected and trying to get them connected. I'm not finished yet, doing this all by myself, and I'm only okay with social media. But that drive, that push, um, I've gotten mixed results. People think my idea is sound. People think my ability is sound. Um, and those are things that do help, but the reality is you got to take the steps. I can ask for all the pats on the back and all the great ideas I want, but if I'm not moving forward, then I'm not moving forward. I'm just standing there taking the accolades before they even have real reason behind it. So when one gets up and goes to work and they're deciding on what they're going to do for the day and how much energy they're going to output and how much they're going to, put into what they're doing, it takes motivation, discipline, and understanding of the end goal. If you go to work at McDonald's every day and you wonder why that one person who you work with who has the crappiest life, so to speak, comes in with a smile every day and gives 120%, it's because they see beyond the barriers and do what they need to do to get to where they want to be. Some of it is just an emotional place. That's fine. Some of it's a financial place. Some of it's whatever the place may be, it's where they want to go. So never look down on them. I remember at the time I used to laugh, how the heck you working here, doing this shit job, making this shit money, and smiling? How? Are you Are you slow? Um, but then I realized something later when I was in the same position and I was working at a Taco Bell, and people were like, man, you're gonna work every day. You do this, you do that, you do this, you go all out for the crew. You're not, because I had envisioned what I wanted to present to the world. And working at Taco Bell was a conduit. You know what I mean? It was just a pathway. Uh, and from there, I went to school, and I used that as that stepping stone to move me forward. And I got what I wanted out of it. But I was motivated to push even through the crap, working long hours on call, having 9,000 different roles at one of the busiest freaking Taco Bells in freaking Florida. You know where it was? Right outside of Disney World. Oh, that was fun. The lines would be wrapped around the corner from the time I started work to the time I ended. Seriously. There was like the time you got to to take a break or take a breath before the time you inhale, they're like, nope, we got another rush. Let's go. It's like, dude, the first one hasn't ended. Yeah, but cars be lined up all the way out to the damn SR 50, 535, whatever road it was. Um, but now I'm using that for this, right? I look a little tired, bags on my eyes, everything. Probably 13 hours getting the infrastructure for this done. Um, and I feel the good feeling of motivation slowing down. That oh, everything's perfect. No, now I'm looking at all the problems that I'm gonna have to not sidestep, navigate. But it hasn't slowed me. It hasn't stopped me. It just made me stop with all the unreasonable hope, as I'd like to say. Most people, they start a business and they envision fluffiness all the time. Nope. nope. That was the first 10 minutes, right? Then you envision the reality, and if you still want to do it, I think you gotta win and play. So right now I'm into that. I have nothing, nada, nope. Just put a small. I may earned a little bit of money. Actually, no, I didn't earn crap. Someone owed me, and they paid me back some money today. So I put that towards common bills. You can call that a blessing. You can call it whatever you want, but it should be part of the process. If someone owes you, they should pay you. Hint, hint, hint to yesterday's video. But that doesn't always happen, but it did. I'm thankful for that. And then I talked to some other people last night while I was in showing them different things I was doing, and they're liking it. Now I'm doing it for the accolade, kinda, to boost my morale because it was kind of late at night, man. I stayed up. I was from 12 to midnight. I was sitting in front of this computer, man, crunching stuff. And later on that night, around 10 p.m., I called a friend of mine and kicked it with them. Actually, I was still working too. I was still on the computer doing stuff. And then I had showed them some of my ideas, some of my concepts and things like that. And they really liked it. And I want to get them on board too. Not to make, well, one of them I won't make a client. The other one, I don't think it'll work too well. I think she's cute. Anyway, so this is me. This is how I normally am. I try to be funny. If you're not laughing, I don't care. If you are, I still don't care. But what is I'm just showing hints at what motivation can be. It isn't always running. Sometimes it's a walk, but you're still not stopping. I'm using my phone as a light so I don't look like I'm, freaking Uncle Fester. Shout out to you know who. And on a laptop that I bought from a pawn shop in a room that I'm renting. Now, these are all the hurdles that I'm facing, but I'm still not going to slow down. And I got to start looking for my first clients, but I don't want to be desperate because I don't want to pick up just anyone. And, oh yeah, that reminds me, my next steps right now are to go call someone about a business loan. And that's all I got for today, man. No, actually, that's not all I got to work on, but that's all I have in the motivational part because the day's just started. I can't talk about where life takes you until I get there. I can just talk about hopes and dreams, and there's a great thing to have hope, but dreams are limitations. I don't mean dreaming of being the president, whatever, but dreams set limitations, and unless you're ready to dream again, you're working backwards. I want people to sit there and really chew on that. If you have aspiration and you have one, you should go do it, right? But when you're done doing it, you should have either leveled up and figured out something else in the process of getting there, because the hardest thing in the world to do is to get there and then go, now what? In my heart, I'm not discovering life coaching, discovering how to help people and discovering how people to help them understand themselves. I've been doing that my whole life. I'm not approaching this situation. I've already been there. I'm just now making it a business. It doesn't make me good. Hell, it doesn't even make me good at it. But it does give me a direction to go. Now, the fact that I'm trying to better myself, and I'm not talking about the business sense. I mean, the fact that I realized that even last night with conversations I had with people and things like that to help develop my own sense of understanding of people, I was still learning, which is an awesome thing. Because the way I convey my thoughts, sometimes I forget that I'm me and they're them, right? And so how I hear things and say things might not be what I intend. Yeah, we had a great conversation about that, about ideas that I really had a hard time explaining, and the person explained to me very well, and it was great. I had another one with another gentleman, and we were discussing the trials and tribulations of people like myself. I discipline myself and push myself just so you don't have to. And we discussed the negative parts about people like ourselves who, if you push us, you will not like the response. And it's not because we're cruel or evil, but it's like this. If I'm doing the dishes and you ask me to do the dishes, you will always get a visceral response. Not because of that, it's because I pride myself on trying to toe a certain line. And when you try to take control of that line, it feels like I'm being manipulated because the reality in front of me, you're gaslighting me. Hey man, don't forget to do the dishes. When I've got gloves on, a wet dish, and I'm washing off at the moment, it's like, are you gaslighting? Are you gaslighting someone else to make them believe that you're telling me what to do? Because I'm already doing this. That's how it feels. But I have to correct myself. It's my nature from being disciplined and try to be motivated. Trust me, I am a hard person to motivate. That's why I'm running with this as much as I can and praying I don't stop, because when I'm motivated, I'm a beast. That's the best way to put it. When I'm not, I'm anything but. I'm a fucking lamb. Because if I don't want something, I don't want anything. But when I want something, I'm going for it. I want you to be the same way. And again, these are just my random thoughts. I have no really written material or anything. I'm going to develop that, but I like people to get to know me, how I think, how I talk, my ideas, my motivations, and see it live as it happens before the before the shroud comes. You know, the shroud of before the pomp and circumstance, or whatever it's called, before all the bells and the back walls have posters and stuff on them, and I'm wearing fucking Gucci this and blah blah blah. Actually, I will not be with Gucci, but before things change to draw in more people. And I'm never going to take this down because I want people to see that difference. It's going to start over time because it's just part of the business. But I want you to know me before I do the business. I do look a little bit better, don't I? I'm still hideous, but hideous minus. Anyway, have a good one, guys.